Curig. Made it back. Okay, time to select our next waypoint. Right. Turns out Panigale is our next waypoint, which is just down here. Some 10 miles away. So we leave the glorious A5. Come onto this road, which I didn't notice what it was actually. Sorry about that. Ah yes, this is the bit we stopped before and took the photograph. So we're doing that loop on the figure of 8. There's a little bit that we have to do that's the same. When we came down here earlier, we turned right towards Panigale and did the pass. Now we're going towards Panigale, whatever it's called, something like that, down this side of the valley. I remember looking at this road actually thinking, oh, that looks a good one. And now we get to ride it too. Excellent. The number of cars parked here is unbelievable. I guess these are all walkers. Amazing view there. Shame I can't stop and get a photograph. Or can I? Perhaps I can. Without dropping the bike down a ditch. I don't think it's going to work. Let's give it the hazard lights. There we go. Ooh. Let's have a look over there. It's like Piccadilly Circus here. Wow, check that out. Amazing quality of the light on that mountain. You can see a pipe going down for hydroelectricity there as well. You can just see up there, I don't know if you can see where those cars are going. That's that Lamberris pass we went earlier, the bit that looked like an alpine pass. Gorgeous. Right. Kill the hazards. Oops. Helps the stands up. Let's try that again. Right. And we're off. Little bit of blue sky up there. It's brightening up again. It's all very encouraging. We're doing with being about 10 degrees warmer though. In fact, I might put the old heat grips on. There you go. Might as well have the comfort as it's available. A bit wet the roads around here, as if there's been a recent shower. Let's take it a little bit careful. Beautifully green valley floor there. It's like something out of one of my school geography books. That lake is just a jewel, isn't it, at the end of the valley. Loving it. Wow, another amazing photo stop. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Peaceful as well. Right, let's crack on. Right, another stunning view. A couple of snaps. Onwards and upwards, or downwards in this case. Okay, getting down by the water's edge again. And people actually in there kayaking. Strikes me as being a little bit chilly for that sort of game today. But everyone to their own. Absolutely full of lakes around here. Unfortunately, I don't know what they're called. I'm feeling that might be Lake Brynas, but it's only based on a sign I just saw that may be unrelated. It's all very beautiful though, whatever it is. And here we are, rolling into Panigale, or Panigale. One of the easier names to get your tongue around, and I can't even get my tongue around that. Okay, once again, we need to stop somewhere. Work out what the next waypoint is. This is a pretty quaint place. Craft shops, fudge. What's not to like? Watch out, folks coming through. What a fabulous little spot. Tempted to stop for a coffee actually. Right, let's check out what the next waypoint is. Panigale, Aberdiffe. Right, time is marching on. So Aberdiffe is the next waypoint. I can't find that in my GPS unfortunately, but I can find Machynlleth, which is where I want to get to. And that's 43 miles or an hour and 20 minutes to get there. And that would be 5:20, and that's a fair chock on from there to the hotel. So I think I'm going to head to Machynlleth and see how we get on once we're down that way. So let's do that. Nothing behind. To stop for a coffee another time. Didn't realise the time was getting on quite so much. Obviously a popular stopping off place here. Riven Ben. Excellent. Right, it's a fair old stretch then to the next waypoint. An hour and 17 minutes. So I better just crack on. Well, this is a beautiful little glen down by this river here. I don't think glen's the right word actually. Let's just call it a river in the bottom of a valley. Lovely shady spot. Not really need the shade today. Reminds me actually of a little bit of Devon around South Dartmoor. That's a bit like this. I wonder if this is where the kayakers come to. There's some rapids there. That would be classic kayaking territory. Okay, we're going to go over this little bridge. It's good, we lose the Range Rover. Excellent. What a beautiful spot. So you walk in front of me, mate. Good plan. Yes, it's very much like a Devon road. Obviously a popular cycling route, my goodness. Typically I didn't have the camera running just now, and the road that I've just come up was splendid. It had some proper alpine hairpins in it. But as is the case, when you don't necessarily know what's coming. Typical, I was chatting away to the camera on the bike, and I've just noticed the battery's run out, so you'll probably miss some cracking footage. But anyway, so I'll just show you what I do when I'm on the road with the battery on the helmet. What I do is carry a little, in this bag here somewhere, I'll find it, is this, my little charging device with my numbered batteries in. So I know which battery to use next, because obviously they're in the right order. So number 2 must be in the camera, given I've got 3 and 4. So the next one to go in will be number 3. Make sense? Come on. So hook that out, which is number 2. Number 3 out. The 4 died earlier on me, and you can see here the other thing I do is I carry a little spare SD card as well, which you just stick on the back of one of the batteries. So again, I just know where it is. So I have to just remove that before I put it in before I put the battery in the camera. I'll just stick it to the charger. There you go. So battery number 3 goes in, and that's the last one I've got charged for today. So what I'm going to do in the bag is actually charge those other batteries up as we're going along next. I'll just make sure it's got plenty of charge. Okay, well actually it's got 2 bars on there, but that's enough to get me through today probably. Noisy bikes. And then what I've got is one of these battery pack doodahs that you plug a USB lead in. I mean, I could just as well charge these off of the bike accessory socket, but as I've got this, there we go, plug that in there, and then they're off charging. So hopefully by the time I get to the hotel, I'll have another couple of fully charged batteries. I'll just leave those in the bag while I'm riding. Alright, okay, back on the bike then. Once again, I've fallen foul of my own rule about remembering how quickly you get places on these roads, because these roads, although they're lovely roads, They are very twisty and you can't get much of an average speed on them, so it takes a long time to get anywhere again. Great fun though they are to ride. So I may only have 37 miles to go on this particular leg, but it's going to take me an hour to do it. That's assuming I don't get stuck behind too many white vans. So, it's good, free of traffic for a little bit at least. Look out for a left turn in half a mile into the A487, which could be tucked away. What a great road this is. All great roads though, to be fair. I don't think Wales has a bad biking road. Oh, here's my left turn. Somebody running for his life wisely. Right, incoming. Oh, this looks altogether a bit faster, that's quite handy. Dolgechlu, something like that. That's where I'm headed. Lovely view over there of that mountain with the sun on it. It's got a glimpse through that gap, I hope. Let me get another look up here. Or maybe not. Right. So I just had a coffee stop at this place. I'm near the town of Dolgechlu, something like that, middle of it. Anyway, down here on the map, I don't know if you can see that. And this is the point at which I deviate away from the route from adventure bike riding, because I'm going to head down south now to my hotel, which is about 55 miles south of here, but it's about an hour and 40 to the town where that's at, which the name escapes me. It'll come to me in a minute where that's at. But it's already nearly 6 o'clock, so it's going to be getting on for 8 o'clock by the time I get there. So I think it's time I headed off that way. So let's get this show back on the road. And I just remember the name of the town we're going to stay tonight. It's Llanrydod Wells. Right, now then, I'm entirely sure which road here. I've got a choice of three. But there, Llanrydod Wells is a little way from here. So it looks like I'm going right here. Okay, excellent. It's a good coffee stop actually there. Warmed me up. I was feeling a little bit chilly actually. It's cooling down now as the day's worn on. So a bar of chocolate and a coffee just gives you another lease of life. Just to do this final hour and 37 minutes according to GPS, and finish off this absolutely splendid day riding around Wales. Well, I think how it started this morning in that hideous rain, trying to get down here on the motorway. It was absolutely horrible, and then it dried out and turned into an absolutely beautiful day. Well, not a beautiful day, but I mean a beautiful day's riding. Weather certainly could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse as well, as it turned out, and it's nice and dry now. So it's looking a bit black over in the distance, so I'm not 100% sure I won't be cracking out the waterproofs again on this trip, but let's see what this last 50-mile push has in store for us. Stay tuned. Check out that road winding up there, isn't that fantastic? I can see why so many people bring their sports bikes here. I mean, these roads are absolutely amazing for fast riding, particularly if you knew the roads as well. Because they're just nicely surfaced, wide and sweeping, generally with good views. They're just proper riders' roads, these. It really is a biker's paradise, Wales, I reckon. Yeah, I don't like the look of this weather I'm heading into. Now, if you plonked me here, I would say I was riding through the Cairngorms. Very much like it, but minus the ski resorts. Fabulous road though. Where is that? I think that was a blood bike, wasn't it? This looks interesting. Wow. Unbelievable, look at that. Beautiful. Now, had I have followed the adventure bike rider route, I wouldn't have come down here. I don't think. And this is just spectacular. And as an extra bonus, I've got a white van in front of me. How good is that? I'm loving white vans. So I'm doing a psychological thing now. By saying I like white vans, and maybe they're going to bugger off. I'm plagued by these things all the time. This is an incredible bit of landscape. This is a really steep road, 25% it said on the sign, and the GoPro always flattens these things out, but it feels like I'm in a steep descent in the aeroplane. Brilliant. Wow, look at this. Amazing roads. Once again, the light is just dancing off the side of the left-hand side of that valley in a lovely way. If you had a decent amount of time and a decent camera with you, get some cracking pictures here. Let's slow down a bit. It's a 40 limit. Okay. Lovely garden. Shrubs. Wow. Somebody who takes pride in their garden. Must be retired. Splendid looking pub there. Brigand's Inn. The light has taken on a lovely quality now, because it's getting late in the day. It's just looking beautiful. And also the good news is that I think a lot of the day's tourists are heading home, so the roads have got a little bit less busy, which is nice. Right, coming into Paris now. So I'm heading down to this hotel in 100 odd Wells, and then I'm going to get the maps out, check what the weather, oh look at this road, the way it goes up and down, fantastic. Check what the weather forecast is doing tomorrow, and then work out what I'm going to do. I'm thinking I might sort of head south and perhaps do a bit of the Brecon Beacons or something like that, sort of en route home. But it all depends on the weather. If the weather forecast is just rain and horrible, I'll just go home as fast as possible. But if it's reasonable, you know, dry at least like now, then hopefully I'll get a bit of something special in tomorrow as well. So that's for the planning tonight. But enjoyed that adventure bike rider route. Something a bit different. I don't think you can go wrong though in Wales, in North Wales. If you just headed towards Snowdonia and rode around randomly, you'd have a fine time. This is a lovely bit of road surface, recently shell gripped, nice and grippy. So I'm now wondering whether I've been sat-naved. I just took a left turn off that nice fast sweepy road, because that's what the sat-nav said I should do, and it's led me up some steep hills onto this what is effectively single track road. Now it says I've only got 3 miles of this, so that's fine if it stays like this, but so there's a turn at 3 miles, but is that onto a major road? Who knows? Or is it onto more single track stuff? This is the problem if you just blindly let the sat-nav take the lead and you don't actually check the route that it presents to you. However, I'm trusting in technology on this occasion. We'll see what happens. Certainly quite a road. I used to have moss growing up the middle of it, so it's not a particularly busy street. One I would necessarily have chosen to come up this way. It's pretty slippery on this mossy stuff as well. Okay, a bit of a left hand down here, I think. Well, it's certainly a splendid spot up here. Really don't want to meet anything coming the other way on this road. When I say road in quotes. Where's my CRF when I need it? Mind you, amazing views. Not we've got a lot of time to admire them. It's pretty slippery on this stuff. Oh! You see, I'd nearly lost it then. Now I've got road only tyres on the bike. It just doesn't like doing anything other than good tarmac. Right, this way, only another 1.4 of this, I'm glad to say, and I'm hoping we're going to be on something a bit more major. Hey folks, I won't say hey kids, because they're sheep, not goats.